Hey, how are you doing? It's been so long since I've been here. I don't even know the last time I posted, but that's literally besides the fact. The point is, I quit my job. And really, okay, let me just explain the whole thing. So, I graduated from college back in December, so like just barely over a month ago. We moved January 2nd, so we had literally it was graduation, Christmas, New Year's move, and we've been going nonstop for like the entire past month. Anywho, the plan was always, because my fiance works like hour and a half, 2 hours away. When I graduate, we're gonna move closer because that just makes sense, right? Plans change, things change, we don't move as far. But because that was the plan, if you don't know, I was working at an LA Fitness. I was a trainer there. It was kind of just like a job that happened. I wasn't really out looking like, I knew who the manager was and we just kind of set it up that way. Anyways, so I've been doing that since May of 2025. It's now January 2026. And my last day was 2 days ago on the 21st. And today is January 23rd. It's kind of a job like, I was looking for a job, but I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I need a job right now. It just kind of worked itself out in that way. So I ended up there. And like I said, the plan was always, okay, I graduate, we're gonna move closer to where he works. It's gonna make things easier, yada, yada, yada. So because of that, I started telling my clients, like, hey, just so you know, this was like around November probably. Like beginning of next year, I won't be here anymore. Just letting you know, like in case anybody decides to sign a contract or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't want you to lock yourself in for 6 months thinking you're gonna have me and I'm not gonna be here. So, was that a little bit stupid? Maybe, but to me it was like out of courtesy. So yeah, people started, like my clientele kind of started dwindling out for the reason of me telling them like, hey, I'm gonna be gone. And like I said, plans change as far as where we're moving, and we decided to stay in the same area that we were at to begin with. So technically I can still keep my job, right? But my clients had already started leaving, right? Because I told them I was gonna be gone. So I was kind of in this thing. I was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? Before we decided that we weren't gonna move away, at that point I really had no option. There was no like, oh, I can quit or I might not quit. It was like, no, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Where we're gonna move, there's literally like no, what is he saying? Austin just texted me and said General Mills is on fire. Oh, General Mills, like the cereal company, like their factory is on fire right now. So that's, wow, that's gonna be fun for him to deal with. That's not my issue. Anyways, yeah, at that point it was like, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna have to figure it out. There's like one gym, and it's like a old 24/7 workout anytime, revamped, but not really revamped. It's just like a new name on the building, literally, but it's still old. Like, no. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was thinking about doing like maybe a meal prepping service because I enjoy cooking, but I decided I don't want cooking to become a stressful thing for me. And my cooking is also kind of a love language, and I don't want to just give my love to everybody. So that idea was out the window. So I started looking on Indeed, jobs. Just give me a job, like as long as it's not like fast food restaurant, I can push through, in theory. I actually have tried like I did a sales job. Tidbit. Back in May, when I said I was looking for jobs, I actually had picked up a job that was like a sales, I don't even know what the name of it was. I was like working for a sales company basically. And I would go to Costco's. They would send me to different Costco's and I had to go sell this product. And like, I don't know if you've been to Costco, like all the the, like, as you're walking out on that exit gate right there, they have like bath remodels and car insurance and all that stuff. That's where I was standing, and I was selling bathroom remodel. I don't even know, actually. Like, y'all, that job, oh my gosh, I don't even. The funny thing is, like, it was like, I need a job, I need money. I was just like, I want to have another job. It was going to be an additional job. Like, I was already training somewhere, and I was going to add on a second job, and I was like, I don't want to just keep doing training all the time. So I chose sales. Why? I have no idea. It literally lasted 2 weeks. Two weeks, maybe 3. And let me tell you, because in the interview, I was like, you know, like, yeah, I'm interested in the position, but I'm a student, so how's that going to work? Like, this was during the summer, obviously May. Like, I had a summer semester class in July. So May was going to be smooth, June was going to be smooth. July comes around, okay, I have a class, a 4-hour class, Monday through Thursday. What are we going to do? Right? Oh, yeah. No issue. It's super flexible. Like, we're going to make it work, da-da-da. Live from the... Oh, my goodness. Anyways, let me add this in because I just realized I did not tell that right. I took this job in the beginning of May, and I had a May semester class, meaning I had a 2-week class that was like 4 hours, probably still 4 hours. And that's where the issue arose, is when it was at the end of May when this class started, then they started acting a fool. So now that should make the timeline make more sense, because I obviously feel July than how I started working at LA in May. Yeah, so I started working this sales job. I have to drive to Sandy Springs in traffic. I think it was maybe 3 times a week. And then from Sandy Springs, we meet for like, we do like a 2-hour home-based meeting, you know, like, yeah, let's go see all of that. Cool, right? From there, I have to drive to whatever Costco they decide to send me to. When I tell you, like, any Costco in Georgia, I'm like, I don't know if it was really any Costco in Georgia, but I swear it felt like I was driving to places that I had never been in my life. And one thing about me, I cannot do a long drive. That is what I learned about myself. I would be like halfway asleep, like, oh my gosh. I'm not gonna make it. I had to drive to Sandy Springs, then I had to drive to whatever Costco they were sending me to. God forbid, it's like out in, there was one they sent me to, and it was like Duluth, and I was like, what? Then I had to go work at Costco. I'm on my feet all day. That was something I really do not care about. Then at the end of the day, I have to, and then it was like how long was the lunch? Oh my God, I think it was so terrible, y'all. Y'all, really, it's a normal job, okay? Basically, I'm a crybaby. I understand that. I'm not cut out to work for anybody. Sorry. Like, I would be on my lunch break, and I was like I'm watching this fucking timer on my phone go down, and I'm like, when this goes off, I have to go back in there and do this. And like, it was just so redundant. Oh my goodness. Any bath and shower updates? Any bath and shower? You're saying that on repeat for like 6 hours, dog. And if you go through Costco, I know 90% of you all don't pay attention to anybody on that gate. Matter of fact, you probably walk like, if this is the gate and you see people standing here, you walk over here and then come back in when you get towards the people going to check your receipt, right? Because you want to avoid them. Or if the line is too long, like on a weekend or something, and then you got to be by, then you just kind of look forward, or you go on your phone. Nobody's paying attention to you, basically, at the end of the day. You have to shower updates. And nobody's saying anything. Every now and then, somebody, you know, might give you 2 seconds of interest, and you're like, oh my God, because it's a commission. Because we're getting paid commission. Oh my God, okay, so let me, and you start with your whole set. Oh, y'all, oh my goodness, that was the worst. Oh my God, it was so terrible. Anyways, I was toughing it through this job, right? Then I actually was my boss. I really don't even know. I actually don't even know what's happening at this company. She's like, you know, we didn't know you were going to be in school, da da da. Thank God I had started with this LA Fitness job like the week prior, because I was planning on leaving. I was like, this not gonna work for me. So I was making my exit plan. So I had taken the job at LA probably like a week ahead of time. She calls me, you know, we didn't know you were in school, da 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 da, you know, and basically let me go. Like, I mean, she wasn't like, you're fired, but she was like, you know, once you're out of school, if you're ever interested again, you know, anyways, I was like, okay, that's okay. I wouldn't put up no fight. Let me go. Let me go. Cause my Lord, that, oh my gosh, that really just like brought up. And then let me tell you something else. Before I got that sales job, I had gone to another job interview, and I swear to you, it was a scam. I don't know what kind of scam it was gonna be. I don't know like what they were gonna do to me, but I went first round, boom. Second round, and they were promising like crazy. Y'all, it was so clearly a scam. Oh my gosh. They were like, you know, 2 to 4 months you're making this much, then this much, and within a year you have your own company. I'm like, what? I get the job. Of course I do. I go in, I think it was like a weekend long like onboarding process. So I went there, I think it was on a Saturday. In the second round interview, he's like, you know, we're looking for maybe 2-3 people. I walk in there and it was like 15-20 people. I'm like, wait a minute. His watch, first off, Austin taught me this. A man's watch, well, anybody's watch, but you know, mostly men wear watch. Anyways, your watch should always be at the correct time. During our interview, you know, he has his hands like this in his watch, and I'm looking at his watch and I'm like, that is the wrong fucking time. He was wearing like super nice clothes, but was driving a beat up ass car, and I'm like, no offense if you have a beat up car, right? What I'm saying is, how do you own $1 million, multi-million dollar company and you driving a beat up Q50? What is happening here? Why is your watch off time? Why is there so many people here? I was panicking. I was trying to fill out the paperwork. You know, they need your social security. And I was like, I was like, I'm not, I'm texting Austin. I'm like, where's you at? Come pick me up. He's up there teaching. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom. When I tell you, I ran to the elevator, went down to the bottom floor, and ran out that building. I was not playing no game. When I tell you, like, something in my spirit was like, you not supposed to be here. Anyways, sorry for, that was a lot. Anywho, I was on Indeed looking for jobs because we were gonna move. There's no gyms, there's none of that down where we were gonna move. One thing about me, I will not, and I know I just told you I did a sales job that I hated. Okay, be quiet. I will never work a job that I dread having to go to every day. My mom has complained about her job for 20 years. I'm 20, she's complained about her job for 20 years. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I absolutely not. No, thank you. I'm not finna slave for no corporation that don't give a damn about me. Have y'all ever, I don't know if I'm the only one who does this. If you know the concept of Sonder, you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. Like, everybody has their own life. And I do this thing, like, especially when I'm in traffic. If you ever are sitting in rush hour traffic, just look around you. Like, look at the people in the cars around you. Or even better, if you're like sitting on an outer lane and you can see the cars coming from the other way and they're like driving by, look at the faces of these people. And you can tell who's coming from work. The people who are dressed, you know, in a certain way, have on suits, but they look dead. People look mad, they look dead. I'm like, hell no, I don't want to do that. Hell no, bro. If I'm at work, I'm gonna do it for me. Why would I go bust my ass for a job that will replace me in 3 seconds and not care? No, thank you. If I'm gonna work that hard, I'm gonna do it for something that is gonna do something for me and something that means something to me. I was looking for these jobs on Indeed, and I was just like, something in my spirit. I downloaded Indeed on my phone, right? I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get locked in. I kid you not even an hour later, I had deleted the app off my phone. Something in my spirit was like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing this. You know you're not supposed to be looking for no job. You know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go out and do your own thing. And I was scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very scared. Like I said, we just moved. We have a wedding in April that we need to get things for. God bless. My mom is paying for like the big stuff. Amen. But like, you know, the little stuff, little decorations and just all that needs to get paid for. We have a honeymoon in May. We're going to the Maldives. Hooray. Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited, but we have to go to the other side of the world. So the plane ticket is not cheap. Please do not think that like I'm just doing this and it's just like if I don't make no money, then fuck it. Like, no, we need to be making money. And don't get me wrong, Austin is definitely the main financial provider. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. If he wasn't, I would not have this opportunity, and I realized like that is a blessing. And don't think I just went and quit my job without talking to Austin either. We was on the same page. Anyways, this is not just like a I'm gonna quit my job and just So yeah, it was scary. And I was like, God, are you sure? Like, are we 100% sure on this one? Or, you want to maybe rethink? Or any revisions you want to make? Or no? Okay. I was like sitting down one night and I was journaling. I always journal. I was writing this. I think this might have been the same day that I deleted Indeed. Or maybe a couple days later. I was like, Lord, just help me direct my steps and, give me guidance, be my shepherd, all those sorts of things. And I was like, and then by the end of the page, I was like, just prepare me for this journey. Like, it was already decided that I was going to do my own thing. Even though I was sitting there trying to convince myself, like, maybe I'm misreading this, maybe I'm getting the message twisted. And by then I was like, just prepare me for this journey I'm about to go on. Give me the strength, give me the endurance, help me to be faithful. Like, yeah, at that point I closed that journal. I said, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. So then it became a question of, okay, when am I gonna quit? Right? Because it wasn't the same predicament of like, we move and I'm not driving over here again. So now it was kind of up to me, like, okay, when am I gonna? And I was driving to work one day and I was like, I'm gonna quit tomorrow. Now, when I say quit, I didn't put in my 2 weeks. I'm not that insane. Once I put in my 2 weeks, I'm not gonna withdraw my like, if I tell them I'm leaving, I'm gonna have to leave. I talked to Austin and I was like, I'm thinking I'm gonna quit tomorrow. Like, are you good with that? Is that cool with you? It's like, yeah. So I went in, did my clients for that day, and I put in my 2 weeks. And that was that. And literally there was a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders as soon as I did that. So that's how I knew I was moving in the right direction, right? Then from there, it's like, okay, now we have to really, like, this is real. Like, we're gonna have to start doing something. Started, figuring some things out on my end, business-wise. Let me tell you something. When I put in my 2 weeks, 0 clients. I had 0 of my own clients. Some of my clients were like, are you waiting until, like, you had enough clients? Like, no. And I'm not playing. So don't think like I just had this whole thing set up and then I decided to take a step of faith once it was like, okay, now I fit. No. I had nobody lined up to start coaching. I'm not. That's the truth. I told the Lord, when I do this, I'm going to tell everybody about his goodness. And I had 0 clients when I quit. I told my mom the day after and she was like, oh, like, are you gonna be good? Are you gonna be good financially? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be straight. Like, it's gonna, yeah. I had faith, but I can't tell her like, nah, I don't have nobody lined up. Fast forward about a week and a half, so like beginning of this week, I got 2 contracts signed for in-person training. I have a couple other clients who are like ready to switch over. And I was telling people, I'm like, next week's going to be my last week or, whatever the case may have been. And they're like, okay, so where am I going? Like, where are you going? Because that's where I'm going. So where are we going? Like old clients. When I tell you, like, it's just been, God is so good. I had this many clients and this many dollars coming in. I'm not joking. I have 2 contracts signed. I'm going to have a couple more signed, God willing, by the end of next week. And we're going to get this thing rolling. I'm really excited. I'm really freaking excited. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing coaching for like 3 years. But during those 3 years, I was also a full-time student and I was working 1 to 2 jobs. 1 to 2. 1 to 2 jobs. So yeah, it was never like a full-time thing for me. Like, I could never really focus all my energy into it like I wanted to. I have so many ideas and so many plans as what I want to do with my business. Literally did not have the bandwidth. Especially this last semester. My last semester of college, oh my goodness. Y'all, school has never been hard for me. It wasn't even hard. It was just so much going on. Like, I was wedding planning and I was trying to figure out, where are we moving? What am I gonna do for work? Like, what the hell is happening? And then I had some honors credits that I need to make up on because I wasn't doing this. I had to do like 3 in my last semester, which was not fun. I just had so much going on. Some gotta give. So Lift Like a Lady had to give, and my coaching had to give. Cause I was losing my mind. From July, from my summer class that I took, if you're in exercise science, I took clinical physiology in 4 weeks. And I think a lot of people, that is probably the hardest class in the entire degree program. It's so much less taking it in 4 weeks. So we had an exam every Thursday. We would learn a full unit, a month worth of stuff in a week, in 4 days, actually, not a week, 4 days, and then have a test on it on Thursday. And we had to learn heart diagrams, EKGs, and we learned it Thursday morning and then took an exam on it Thursday around noon. Yeah, no, for sure. And when I say EKGs, I mean like probably 30 different EKG readings that we needed to be able to differentiate. So yeah, from July on to December 16th, when I walked across that stage, I was fried. I was literally like trying to keep my head above water, and that was my only goal. So anywho, now I get to fully focus on what the hell I want to do, which is do my own thing. And I'm so excited. I'm getting locked in with my content. I'm getting locked in with both YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I'm getting locked in with my coaching. I'm getting locked in on like business growth, all of that stuff, and just like, yes, it's so amazing. So basically what I'm going to be doing on here is documenting my journey, literally from 0 clients. If you want to follow along for that, and we're going to see how this thing goes. We're literally figuring it out together. I'm 20 years old. I just graduated college. I'm getting married in 78 days. And I'm starting my own business full time. I'm doing entrepreneurship full time. And we're going to figure it out. I have a great mentor, leader to follow by. So the camera just decides that you're done? Okay. I have a great mentor to follow behind, and I just have a lot of resources and knowledge and experience available to me, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it all the way, and I'm excited. I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm in my calling. Let me tell you something. I got my personal training certification when I was 16 years old, when I was graduating high school. And I reached out about this personal training course through KSU because I was going to be going there the following semester during the summer. So I think I was 15. No, I was 16. I was definitely 16. Yeah, I was 16 at the time. I took this personal training course. I literally did it because I wanted to learn how to write my own programs. I really didn't care to coach. I didn't think you could be a trainer at 16. So I was like, can I take this just to learn how to do this so I can write a good program? That was the whole thing, like, to get figured out, because nobody really knew, like, can you do this at 16? Like, is that even allowed? The course was not cheap. It was probably $1,000 or a little bit more. I talked my mom into buying the cheapest tier of the course, and I paid to take the exam and all that because the exam wasn't included in that. So I was like, I'm just going to tell her, like, this includes everything, and then I'm going to pay for the rest myself. And I had no money. I literally was not working a job. So when I say I was going to pay, like, it was like out of my birthday money from years combined. I got certified. I think I might have been 17 when I got certified. Yeah, because my birthday's in August. So I took the course over the summer. But by the time I got certified, I was 17. I started coaching at 17, and now I'm 20, and now I'm gonna do this thing all the way. Y'all, my clients, like, I just love all my clients. I just love them so much. It is so fulfilling, like, just watching you help people. For real. Like, at LA, I have so many older clients, and let me tell you, when I took the job, I was not like, yay, older people. Not even older, old people, just to keep it a bit. I was like, sure. And I have loved working with them so freaking much. They are the most appreciative people of what you can do for them than anybody else. I have clients who are literally trying to learn how to walk, who are trying to gain enough strength to like be able to keep up with their grandkids. Like, their goals are not self-centered by any means. And that, I can do that for you. And then once we do that, like, they are just so freaking grateful. Don't get me wrong, like, other people are grateful, but it's like when you learn how to walk, well, not learn how to walk, but when you get the strength enough to be able to walk again, that's pretty life-changing. I love doing that. And when I left, like I said, my last day was on the 21st, on Wednesday. Today's Friday. This job, so I left another job. The other job I was working, I didn't really leave it. I just stopped coaching there. That job, I had been there for 3 years. That's where I started coaching when I was 17. So I'm like, I'm tied in with these people, right? So yeah, y'all better cry when I leave. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Like, y'all are my OGs. I got a lot of love for y'all. Y'all watched me grow up. Literally. When I started, I did not know what the hell I was doing. So yeah, when I left, I was like, I need to see a teardrop. Thank you. And they were so sweet. They put together a freaking video. Oh my God, it made me cry. I'm not even joking. Everybody was like congratulating me on graduating and just telling me how thankful they were. And I was like, oh my gosh. But like I said, I never expected that, believe me. But I did expect them to care that I was leaving. You get what I'm saying? Like, hey. Hello? You've known me for 3 years. Hello? I've only been in LA for 8 months. So I was like, I'm just finna dip up out of here. Like, you don't have another trainer. These people, let me show you. Hold on. They gave me cards. People were coming in, not even my clients that I had that day. People were coming in just to give me this stuff. I had cards. My manager gave me a candle, and this manager I haven't even had since May. I've had him since like October or something. He gave me a candle. It smells so good. And then I got flowers, and I got some more flowers. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I was like, y'all care like that? And I had one client, oh my gosh, he's been gone since before Christmas. So like, he didn't know until literally Wednesday, which was my last session with him. I was like, he was like, what's going on? Why you have all these flowers? Is it like your birthday or something? I'm like, no, I'm leaving. He almost started crying. And I was like, oh, no, don't cry. Like, no, hold on. So I just know I'm doing the right thing. I just know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And when I was freaking 16, yeah, I keep forgetting how old. Somehow I don't even know how old I am right now. So just bear with me. I did not know what I was doing when I was getting a certification at 16 years old. Actually, nobody knew. Actually, the freaking course was at KSU, and I had to get into KSU's rec center, and I couldn't get in because I was a minor. I didn't know. Nobody knew. Nobody actually knew what was happening when I was doing that. But now, the Lord, He knew. And it's all making sense. So, anywho, I'm going to shut up because this thing is literally flashing red at me and it's making me stressed out. I don't know what that means. I'm really excited. I hope you guys watch my journey. I'm like, we're going to figure this thing out together. And yeah, if you want to coach, hi. I'm doing online coaching and in-person coaching, and soon virtual coaching, which will be like Zoom Teams setup. You know what I mean? I'm actually so serious though. Like, if you're looking for a coach, or you know anybody who's looking for a coach, hi. Anyways, yay. Bye.